Yo, what is up, guys? This is Alucard 3400, and I am here with Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark. So, I wanted to capture kind of first impressions of the game here. I'm just gonna get it booted up, and we'll get it going here. Oh. Let's see. Oh. Just trying to. Let's see if this one works. Looks like it's not detecting this screen yet. Okay, we'll give it a second here. It looks like the game's still optimizing. Well, there we go. Pull it into the screen there. There we go. So, I'm going to get those optimizers going. Hopefully it's not going to be super long. I'm kind of worried that this progress bar is tiny down there. But to give you some background, I've played Monster Hunter World for a long time. The original one I think I played was the Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter on PSP, and I loved that game. That was so much fun. I remember cranking with the buddies on that game and like going after everything. Oh, man, those freaking little Joy-Cons on my PSP. I'm amazed those things never broke because I put in a ton of time on those ones. And I think I got all the way to like Fatalis fights on those ones, and then I just remember having so much fun and like those first experiences, those first fights, cranking up with the boys, getting the armor sets, getting the stuff, and just going ham on that kind of stuff. Those were the days. And then I know I jumped into World for a little while. I think I mainly played it on my Xbox, and that was super fun. Like I enjoyed playing on the Xbox, and I think I started playing with my brother-in-law, and like that was super sick because like it's much bigger world versus like on the PSP. I was very like local, like LAN networks and stuff like that. Like I never got to like go online and play with people, so it was always just like, oh, like I just play here and there kind of thing and with some buddies, but I pretty much soloed everything. So World was like this big open concept where you could just like play with anybody everywhere. I remember like shooting out SOS flares like crazy. I remember like I spent days just like responding to SOS flares and like going after anything I needed material for, because you need so much material. And then I remember like back in the PSP days, I couldn't really like look up like, oh, like how would I get this plate and how would I make this armor and stuff like that. It was like you didn't really know all the little tidbits that you kind of needed to know. So like it was a lot more fun. Like it was like you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. So with World, it was kind of like, oh, all of a sudden it's this like big thing where you gotta like go after stuff and you do research and you look at the drop rates and like you gotta go find these monsters and stuff. But then there's all these like hints and guides and info where you can be like, how do I beat this monster? Like what armor set do I kind of want? Like what armor set should I be putting in and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a lot more like you can find that information online and like really set you up for the hunt, versus kind of like back in the PSP days, I didn't have great internet, so like I couldn't really like look those things up entirely. So that made a huge difference in everything too. So I do see this progress bar finally loading up, and it is very slow. I cannot believe how much effort. My computer is like everything's running at like top end right now, pushing my PC, and that optimizing game data is moving very slowly. So we're just gonna keep chatting here, unless like I don't know. I might stop the stream and then I might like reboot it back up when this is done, depending on timing and everything like that. Just so you know, the first 30 minutes of this video ain't me watching this progress bar, but I also think it's fun to just kind of like chat about a game that like I've been loving. Like I loved World and I love the Monster Hunter series. It is super grindy. That's probably the most unfortunate part, is purely that it is a massive grind for this game. Like that is what we go for. That is the people who love this game. It is not one where like you can kind of just like jump in and not have anything, like not be prepared, not like know anything about it, and just be like, oh, I'm gonna play it here and there kind of thing. You can do that. It's just it's a lot harder because there's a lot of people who like grind and grind and grind, and like they have the top-notch armor at the end of the day. I think World, what was it? I think when Iceborne came out, I know they came out with that like set that you could basically equip. That was kind of like a cheat sheet, or like a beginner's guide of just like you could slap that on, and basically you were like 10 times beefier than you should be at that point in time. So it was like you just walk into any fight and basically not know how to do anything, and like even if you know all the basic attacks, you could make it work. And so it was basically like, oh, here is a way to kind of like get your friend, I guess, maybe like up to where you might have grinded to. I know it kind of helped when I made like a secondary character, and I, you know, tried to bring that character up into where my current one was at. But it was just different. Like I really love the grind in these games, and like, you know, gotta put in the effort for it, right? Like I feel like those are the most rewarding type of games for me, versus like the ones that kind of like hand it to you, or you could just like, you know, oh, I don't want to fight this guy at this level, so like I'm just gonna like drop the difficulty rating down to make sure that like I do it, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like lots of gamers I don't talk about, like, you know, you want to enjoy the game, you're not supposed to like hate it. But I feel like Monster Hunter is very rewarding for those people who like go after it, and like once you beat it once, you start like getting more stuff, you get more armor, you get more like knowledge about it, and like the fights do become easier each and every time. Like you learn the mechanics, and all of a sudden you're like the vet that's like helping out the noob that's just like first time looking at this monster, like not really sure what to kind of do, maybe gets caught in something they shouldn't. Granted, your rewards go down and it kind of sucks, and sometimes people get a little miffed at that, but like ultimately I find that like that's part of the joy of these games, is to like learn the mechanics of the monsters. And I remember I used to like, you know, pull out the notepad, and like I was like doing like, oh, okay, like this is when timing, and like when it's, you know, run into like area number 4, that's like when you're gonna have your best opportunity to like take it out or trap it. I know like trapping was a big thing, and I love trapping monsters in the world. That was like my number one. And I remember like, you know, speed typing on chat trying to be like, don't kill it, like don't smack it, like I have it tranked, I got the tranquilizers, don't kill it. Like I want to take advantage of the extra materials, I want to take advantage of like the stuff that comes with it. And I'm kind of curious if Wilds is going to do something along those lines. Like if it's got that trap mechanic. I've seen very little like detail. I've been trying not to like spoil the game for myself, because I feel like I do that way too much these days. I'm just watching another streamer basically play the game for me and then tell me if I should like it or not. And this is one of those games where I was like, I think I bought the pre-purchase like way back when it was first released, because I was like, I'm buying this game, like no question, no doubt, no concerns, like this one's top of my list, this is how I'm gonna play this game, this is what I want to do with this game, and like I want to make it the main. So I was pretty excited, and I even contemplated playing these like beta and benchmark test ones, because like I wanted to keep it very fresh and fun for the first one. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, pans out a little bit and like it's more exciting for me versus like, oh, I already knew this mechanic was in the game. I already knew this like thing was already here. All these kind of like, you know, nuances that are fun as a first time gamer, but kind of get ruined because we're constantly watching like YouTube videos and Facebook and Instagram. Like everything just publicizes all of this information for you. So like if you have any interest in any of these things, like, you know, every moment of like what's going to happen versus, you know, back in the days when you like read the little info sheet in the game case and like that's the only info you're writing on, or like you're reading that back description of the game and you're like, this is, I based my sole decision to buy this game on like 4 sentences, and it's like those 4 sentences like dictated how I'm going to interpret this whole game up until the point that like I've finished it, and then there's not really any like guidance on that because lots of us weren't going online to find reviews and watching them like on a regular and daily basis to like dictate all of our buying decisions. So yeah, but I'm very curious and very excited to play this game. It's gonna be sick, and I hope that they held it up well. I loved World. I didn't love what was it, Unite. Actually, I think I did Unite. It was the one that was like on the Switch. I pretty much bought a Switch for that game to some extent, and I just remember like not loving it as much, and I don't know if it's because it was on the Switch instead, and I liked PlayStation's kind of like style and rhythm, versus it felt like the Switch's was a lot more like get on the mount, run to the fights. There was like so many other things contributing to the fight all the time. Like it wasn't back to where I like the one-on-ones where like it's you and this monster, and like you have to make those decisions as you play the game in order to be like, okay, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna fight? Am I gonna run? Am I gonna trap it? Am I gonna like hit it with this ultimate attack? Am I not gonna use this attack? Like, how am I gonna pound out the damage in this thing? It was like, oh, I got like, I think it was like a dog, and then you had your cat, and then maybe another cat. It just seemed like there was like so many little like helpers in it that I was just like, it took away from like those one-on-one moments. And to me, those one-on-one moments are like, in my opinion, I enjoyed the most. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'll go much online with this one. I probably will, just because I feel like it's a part of it now. But I think I will try to solo stuff to an extent as much as I can, just to kind of like experience it. But I want to keep it moving. Like, obviously, you guys don't want me to watch struggling on like one monster the whole time, but it is what it is, right? So this progress bar is about halfway through now. I did not realize how long this was going to take. I kind of was like hoping that as soon as I finished the install that like it'd be fairly quick to get to the game, and that's where I was like kind of worried we wouldn't have any time to like really talk. I wouldn't have time to say anything about this game before I started playing it. I just assumed that I would be straight into it by now and be like, ooh, we gotta like address all this other stuff going on. But we still got some time here. So let's see. What other things can I find on some Monster Hunter games? I think I read that this benchmark is going to go for the weekend. Yeah, I also heard that the benchmark is the better option for PC's performance versus the beta one. Just because it's more representative of what the actual one's going to be. Yeah, using the benchmark tool before buying the game is highly recommended. Yeah, it just says to try it out. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm also hoping my PC is strong enough to run this game. And if not, I'm probably going to go try to like buy something that's going to like definitely be able to run it, because this one I want to run pretty sick, but I also do not have thousands of dollars to burn on a PC build, because I already built a PC and I've been upgrading it and adding stuff to it, and it does cost a pretty penny as you keep doing stuff to it. Okay. Oh man, this thing's gonna be cranking. Oh yeah, I can feel my PC warming up. Like this bad boy's heating up here. So, but I am curious if anybody else has played these games. Like, are you guys diehard fans? Are you not? Are you just getting into it? Is this one of those big game releases? I know there was like another. What was it? Um, there's like another game that was doing a big beta test or something today too. I can't remember what it was called now. I know Marvel Rivals has been going crazy recently too. That game's been nuts. Oh, the new Elden Ring. I have also wanted to play that game because that one is also super exciting. That like it kind of like it looks like they just did like a twist on the existing one and made it a little bit more like I guess player friendly or trying to like different style of gameplay, which is pretty fun in itself. Like I like Elden Ring, but like oh man, it is frustrating to play that game some days. Like it just beats you and beats you and beats you, and like you can spend like 2 hours on the same area and just be like, I have made zero progress as I've done this. Like those are those moments that can get super frustrating super quickly if you're not like one of those people who just like, you know, takes the hit and keeps coming back in a way. But yeah, I don't think Wilds will be as bad. Like I feel like it'll be fairly like newer, like noob friendly. Like it'll be a very like, you know, teaching you. Like I know Iceborne was a little bit harder, but I felt like World was like fairly easy to get into. It was hard to like get to the end because there was quite a bit until they brought out that like new armor set that kind of like let you jump through a bunch of it. But I don't know. That's where I love like games that stay, you know, true to themselves, and it's like, you know, if we're gonna make a hard game, we're gonna make a hard game, and like if you don't like it, sorry, but like we can't accommodate everybody, and like it's unfun if like the people who grind it don't have anything to really like show for it at the end of the day. I like the ones where it's like the cool armor sets and the sick weapons and stuff. Like you earned those things because like you put in that time to just like crank that sucker out. Like it's kind of like the same. I think WoW, like I played a little bit of WoW with some friends, and I remember that was like the thing for them was to like, you know, show me their sick like equipment and like armor and like these events and stuff like that. Like they were so proud of like the items that, you know, they grinded that dungeon for and like made it, and like that was their like, this is the precipice of like gaming, where it's like you get to kind of like show off these sick things that you did because you put 200, 400, 500, like whatever types of hours into this game, and like these are the goals that you achieved, especially for like an online game where like other people can see it. Because like I feel like back in the day, like I would play like Devil May Cry and stuff like that, and like you can get some pretty sick stuff, but like there wasn't like this big multiplayer aspect to it, and when I was playing, and like there wasn't no way to like show off that you were good or like not good at the game. Like I think now the new, like I think the Devil May Cry 5 has a multiplayer aspect. I've been meaning to go back to that one. That one looks pretty sick too. But like that one I think has more of a multiplayer, or like possible multiplayer, so you could kind of show off your skills. But I know like the older ones like definitely didn't have anything like that. Like they were just like, maybe you could find it online as to like who got the triple S like ranking and stuff like that. But in reality, I don't think many people looked at that, those kind of things. Whereas like, you know, WoW nowadays you can like walk in there and you can see like these like crazy armors and stuff like that. Same with like COD, all the skins, but like those ones, I know some of them are like just buy, and because I know I bought some skins in WoW and they look pretty sweet, but like I just spend money to buy those things. I am a terrible COD player, so I don't know if you're gonna judge me off of that, but that's what it is. So But I think Monster Hunter is gonna be sick. And I wonder if you pick gender on this one. I know I've usually always played a guy, because usually the armor is like huge and bulky and crazy. But like I do know that sometimes on the women ones, like they're much better looking. But we will see. I'll click one or the other when I get there. But this optimizing game data. I'm gonna be so mad if like get to the end of this bar and then there's a whole nother bar for like installation or something. It's gonna be one of those moments where it's like, yeah, should have probably done all of these installs before I started recording so that like I knew what I was getting into. But I really wanted to do like first impact of, you know, watching the cutscene, seeing the intro stuff. Like I've always wanted to do that in my videos instead of being like, I've watched this all. Like I think I did that with Baldur's Gate. I was like, I did the videos separately for the intro stuff. So then it was like I had already watched the intro scene, so when I was playing it, I didn't really care about what was happening. I think I even turned off my video camera because I was like, I've seen it. It's not crazy to me anymore. It's not like this big exciting scene. And I was like, I should have videoed it. Would have been cool to kind of see the reaction and stuff like that. So kind of holding out for that here. And I just noticed, but like I do see that they kind of changed up the diagram. I do always like that they do this. I'm very tempted to actually get a tattoo probably of this. Like I've kind of wanted to do all of the Monster Hunters and like, I don't know, maybe like combine them into like a singular tattoo or something like that. Like I know they always have like the Fifth Fleet was World, and I was super tempted to get one of those. And now I can kind of do it because I was in more of a professional role, so I couldn't do it, or I didn't want to do it just because like people are pretty judgy when you have tattoos. But I quite enjoy them. I have one on my back that nobody sees, and like that's never been a problem. So I think this would be kind of a cool additive because I actually have a dragon tattoo on my back. So this kind of works with it, and it would kind of be like an evolution of it maybe. So that'd be pretty sick. And I just noticed like these are chains attached to it. Is that right? But they don't seem like they're going anywhere specifically. So I wonder what we're looking at entirely off of that. Let me see. I'm kind of curious if I swap this back to a specific window. No, it looks like I gotta capture the full screen. There we go. Just keep it on there so you guys can make sure you see it. We are so close. It's like the size of my cursor is like how much we have left. And I know I said you didn't want to hear me talking for 20 minutes at the beginning of this video, but we're already 20 minutes in. We're over 23 minutes in, and we're still watching this progress bar. So if you've held out to this point, listening to me talk about this game and watching this progress bar slowly move across the screen, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm hoping to actually show you gameplay in this video. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to tell this video basically just purely talking. Oh my gosh, look. English. Voice language. Oh, this is tempting. I kind of want to keep it in Japanese. Just because I know that's the original, so then the mouths won't be like kind of weird. Yeah, sure. Turn it off. Okay, I'll maybe turn it off. We'll see. Oh man, that looks sick. Benchmark. Press any key. Options. Is there anything? Yeah, we'll keep everything up high. Yeah, it should be okay. Voice text, yeah, okay. Let's do it. This looks sick. Guys, I'm so excited. Looks freaking awesome. My PC is humming though, like humming. This baby's cranking all of the fans right now. No. Oh, oh my gosh, I just realized my camera is right in the way of the subtitles. Sorry guys, I'm gonna move this. Oh man, let me... There we go. Aye! Oh man, look at that. They're agitated. Oh. Damn. What's that? Oh man, my frame generation is taking a beating. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This is very interesting on my PC in terms of how much I'm cranking right now. So I'm going to try to turn it down a little bit. The score rating is interesting. I'm not sure if my score of like this 900 is good or bad. It looks pretty rough. Like, my game is quite choppy, it feels. I'm gonna try to turn it down to probably medium graphics settings. And it's nice that all of you guys can now see what my specs are at the moment. Yeah, this is... Oh man, that pulls hard. Hard, man. Whew. I wish it would give me a second to, like, change things. Yeah, I'm below average for my frames. Yeah, this is like watching a slow motion picture kind of like come apart here. Come on, Wilds. Just, oh, it's picking up. It's picking up. Oh, it's finding some pace. Nice. Okay, must have found a stopping point. Oh, there we go. My frames are picking up now. Oh, that is so sick. Did you guys see all that change? Oh. Oh, this part of the scene looks crisp. This looks good. I also see that my own NVIDIA broadcast, because I'm probably yanking so hard on my GPU that my video is not pulling through anymore. Yeah, it's completely kind of gave out. Oh yeah, my NVIDIA broadcast just like totally decided to be done with its life. Okay, we're gonna cut that off quick because I already can see that I'm not getting any video on that. But the game is picking up now. Ooh, not bad. At least getting more frames out of this, but this world looks sick. Like, that looks so dope. Whoa. What is that? Just a giant toad with spikes. Let me see. I love how it's just like a little oasis in the middle of nowhere here. Can I get to do something? Can I get off? No. On to the next place? Okay. Fine. We'll just keep moving on. Hey. Oh, are we gonna find like a little small town? Oh yeah, this looks like an entranceway to a town. It's very quiet. Is it just supposed to be like a scenario thing? Oh yeah, this looks like a pretty sick. Can make this work. Very like rustic looking town thing. But it's a town. Okay. Town gets, it's a little rougher. There's lots going on. I like my big ass sword. I wonder if this is the great sword. I'm really debating on what weapon to probably utilize on this. Oh, oh man, the cooking scenes always look so good. So good. Okay, let's see. Nope, my video is still not working, guys. Sorry about that. Ooh, setting change. Okay. Fix high. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just rebooting NVIDIA broadcast. Just to try to get my video captured back. Let's see, I'm gonna change it back up. Oop, oop, there we go. Okay, it's back. Thank God. Okay, you guys can see something again. Whoop, whoop. Oh, okay, this really pulls. Okay, we're gonna return to the title screen if I can get my mouse over top of it. Oh, it's slowly going. It's really thinking about this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we go to medium, if that helps with the pull. Yeah. Okay, no, you were pulling. Okay. Just render scale. Texture. Let's change this to medium. Oops. Okay, F for quality. Okay, these are all medium. Okay, I'm assuming these are all like off to that. Man, this is when I wish I had a super sick PC that just like could crank this thing. But I'm also using this PC to try to stream off of. So this is gonna replay the intro then? Is that what we're doing here? This is my benchmark testing. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is so much better. Okay, now we can actually watch it while it plays instead of getting it screwed up and be super glitchy. So I guess this is just one of those tests where it's just like showing you if you can run it. So then I might start up like the beta one so we can kind of see what it would kind of look like too. Ooh, okay. Man, look at all those sandworms. Like, look how many there are. Oh man, look at the kid go. Ooh. Almost got him. How does this thing turn? Does it have wheels? Nani? Oh, yeah. I love this. I'll just hang over the edge of this ship and full mount it to get onto it. Like, yeah. Infinite dive. Ooh. Yeah, this was so laggy on the high settings. Like, yeah, you're gonna beat a beef of a PC to run this bad boy. I am tempted to upgrade to make this thing run slick so I can stream this properly. But this does not look too bad, at least. Like, medium settings, it looks pretty good. Or I'll get another 4060 Ti, plug it in, and then have the one run kind of my streaming, and then have the other one run the game. Okay, and then this is the whole shift of the world, which looks sick, but the monsters don't even care. Like, yeah, that happens. The stuff I'm eating just vanishes, and now I get bald prairie. Damn, it looks so good though. So pretty. Like, I know this is obviously not what the gameplay is gonna look like, but it looks nice. Looks very mount orientated too. Just like lots of utilization of the mount system. Whoa, those things are coming down. Big hairy bear things. Ooh, what are they fighting? Ooh, sand trap. Ooh. Then we're gonna run off and ooh. Things puking some stuff out. And then this is the oasis. This is like the mirage that people see when they're in the, you know, in the desert and there's no water and you're dehydrated, and this is what you see, a giant toad bathing in a pool of water. And you just know if you go in the water you're gonna die. But then we basically just head to a small village, and that's like the end of the benchmark here, is what it looks like. Oh, and then there's maybe other hunters walking in and out. I wonder how many, if it'll be like World where it's only a set number of people kind of like in your server at a time. Or maybe it's like invite to your server again. But I love all the like blue stone rocks. This is a corralling pen for your horses. So I guess maybe this would be like the start, and then you meet her, and then you kind of go. Oh yeah, right, where you got it at the food. Oh man, always makes me look so hungry. Damn, that looks so good. It's like a giant cheese bread. Some beans. Okay. Okay, guys. That was the benchmark. I will see you in the next one.